Hello viewers, in today's class I will tell you in details about the hierarchy panel, asset panel and inspector panel. So let's start. You can see the home screen of Effect House in front of you. If you open the general tab here, there are already 3 objects automatically added, including camera, directional light and environment light. When you click on any object in the scene window, you can see that its settings are visible. You can adjust its screen by drag and drop from here. You can rotate that object from here to view and adjust its position, while in the inspector panel you can see all its settings. You can set its position, rotation, scale from here. More I will tell you next. You see 3 toggle up here. When you deselect the quick access bar toggle, the quick access bar is hidden. Similarly, when you click the preview toggle, you can see that the preview screen is also hidden, which allows visual scripting and scene windows can work easily. When we select it again, the preview panel is visible to us again. And similarly, if we don't want to work on the visual scripting panel, we can deselect the visual scripting toggle. In this way, we will see the whole scene windows from which we can work on the scene window. We see many objects in the quick access bar, which we can easily edit, which we apart from the add object option. You can also add from here. When we click on add object here, many tabs open which I will explain in detail in the next class. Currently I go to the 2D tab. And from here I select the screen image. Screen image, basically there is a screen on which we can display a photo or video by applying it. We can also add it by tapping the screen image from the quick access bar. Like when I tapped it, it got added. There are many more objects in it. The objects we have added here can also be renamed by right clicking on them. And we can duplicate it from here by right clicking on the object, or we can also duplicate it by pressing Ctrl D from the keyboard. We can also add a new render group by right clicking in hierarchy panel. The camera is already there in the new render group. Now we can add more objects here if we want, and we can add this render group above, or you can drag and drop anywhere below. Now let's go down to the asset panel. Here you can see the option of import. You can also import an asset from here, or you can also use the option of import by right clicking, and in addition to this, a plus button is visible on the top. By clicking on it, you can import any photo, video or any 3D file from your computer. Like here, when I click on from computer, a new window opens in front of me, in which you can import one or more objects. Like I have import a picture and its frame. Also you can click here and click on MP4 again and import the video MP4 format file. Or go to the up direct folder and drag any file from there like this one. If you drop it here in the asset panel, it has been imported. In the asset panel, now I left click on any file. Then on the preview panel, I get a view of which file I have selected. You can also rename the file and duplicate it by right clicking in the asset panel. You are looking at different folders like textures. Will also import them into the texture folder. The MP4 texture will be placed into the MP4 folder, and the audio file will be placed into the audio folder. Now let's see how we add this asset to the screen. Now as soon I click on the picture object, all its details are shown to me in the inspector panel. Its position, size, rotation, I see everything here. it has default texture applied. I will tap here and add my texture to it. As I tap, a window of asset will open in front of me. From here, I will select one of the picture I want and click OK. Look, the picture that I have selected has now been applied to the picture object that I am looking at. But in front of it, I have a layer is visible. This is the frame object, which is on its front. The bottom object in the hierarchy panel is being shown on the front, and the one above it is being shown on the back. Now see, as I hide the frame, so this frame object is hidden and I am seeing the picture object behind it. And as I unhide it, it's showing up again in front of me. I will drag this frame up and move the picture down. Now see, the frame object is hidden, but is not in front now because I have moved it to the back. Now the picture frame is in front of me. I'm going to bring the frame up again because I want to put a frame texture on it. I'm going to click on the frame object and go into the inspector panel and click on texture. And from here in the asset panel, I'm going to select the frame. If I do OK, then you will see that the texture is now also on the screen with the frame object, but it does not fit on the screen in the scale. I can adjust it manually with the scale here, like I can in X or Y. I'm adjusting it by dragging, but I can fit it to the whole screen with a single click. I shall put it in stretch mode and click on the stretch to make it fit the whole screen. See, now it looks good here. If I hide it, it hides, and when I unhide it, it comes out. From the hierarchy panel, I will select the background and go to the inspector panel and add the default texture this time and change its color. Now select the up picture object and go to the inspector panel and go to the screen transform. You can also change its position in X, and from here you can also change it in Y. Apart from that, you can also set the up size and you can also change the rotation from here. You can adjust it as per your wish. For now, I return it to the default 0. I have already told you about the scale. Here you can import any texture directly from the computer under the up texture, which I have already done. And here under blend mode, you can apply your own blend mode by checking all the blend modes. Below that is the option of opacity, which is high by default. You can optionally select the opacity of your object. Then below that you get the color option, from where you can also choose the color of your object and set its opacity. Below that you can flip. There is also an option of X and flip Y, by checking which your picture will be flipped in X and Y. That is the draw mode, which is still normal. We can do it in tiled or set in the second field option. Now I can crop it horizontally with left and right. Also I can do it vertically and crop it from the top and also from the bottom. In ellipse, it goes into a round shape and we can adjust it rounds in X and Y, but I make it normal. Below this there is also option of add component, which has many components which I will tell you in the next classes. There is also add interaction, in which you get many options which also I will tell you in next classes. That's it for today's class. I hope you learned a lot in today's video. So inshallah in the next class I will also teach you about more basic nodes. Please like and share video with your friends and subscribe and press bell icon as well. See you in the next class.